Hi, everyone. I'm Steve. I'm here with Brian Sanchez, who is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club in Carson City. How you doing?
Always great, Steve. It's probably some of my happiest times on Thursdays to be here talking with you.
I always try to predict what you're going to say. It's always going to be so nice to me, and it really boosts me. It helps my insecurity. So I really appreciate that.
I just love it because I'm the only fat guy you like.
I
By
like
the way,
other
everybody, I'm
fat
kidding out.
people.
I'm kidding all of you out there. I'm being a mess of.
All
We're
right,
fine.
so we're gonna we were talking before, and it's like I'm so excited we couldn't even start the video talking about BPC 157 and TB 500, the Wolverine stack they call it. So we're gonna talk about that. Brian, you can ask me some questions or whatever, but I'm just gonna tell you what happened. Now, I know a lot of you are gonna, where do you get this? Well, look, we're not doctors. I'm not saying anything. I will say though, there is a link in the description where you can contact a medical facility, a clinic who does the Wolverine stack. They add some other things to it and they do testosterone. You'll see them. If you're really interested and you really want to know, you can go look. And there's other places too. So just trying to stay out of trouble. You guys do your own research. We're not doctors. We're morons that try stuff. So we're doing research on ourselves, kind of. All right. BPC 157 and TB 500. I got to go back and tell you, Brian, how this started. So I go back to about 2014. I went and I did a body scan up in Reno at one of the health food stores, nutrition. And guy says, "Is there something wrong? You injured your right bicep because it's about a half an inch smaller than your left bicep." I go, "It feels fine. I've never injured it. And it's my dominant arm." And so I just kind of let it go. But recently, the last 2 or 3 years, my shoulder's been hurting right in here where the bicep tendon connects. And I was seeing a chiropractor and it kind of bothered me down at the bottom of my bicep. And so I was noticing, and by now, it's even smaller. I'm going to go over my numbers and tell you what happened. Now, so I was injecting BPC 157 right here into my shoulder and TB 500 just into the left hip. And I've been doing it for like 2.5 months. So let's see, September 25, I did a body scan. And my right arm, I will give you the numbers. My right arm was my right bicep, 11.8, pretty small. 11.8 for my right bicep. Left bicep, 13.3. 13.3. So my left bicep significantly bigger. So I just did another body scan. And I'm going to tell you what's happened in the gym too, because this is amazing. Just did another body scan. I did it today, and this is December the 4th. My left bicep, 13.8. That's a half an inch bigger.
You're sitting there throwing some incredible change at us right now, Steve. But
I'm
keep going. Sorry,
63 years old. Keep that. I'm 63 years old.
he's
Now,
very old.
right bicep, 13.7. Same size as my left. What was it before? It was 11.8. So it went from 11.8 to 13.7, almost a full inch increased, relaxed in what, from September 25 until December 5, putting the BPC 157 right there.
Isn't that like an inch and a half?
That's almost an inch. And
11.
we were talking earlier, 11 point, is it? Let's see.
This is a huge change, Steve. Check your number. I think
Okay, it's 13.7 now. It was 11.8.
You're almost 2 inches.
That's almost 2 inches.
That's flipping insane, but keep
I don't
going.
even want to believe this.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody, if it wasn't Steve talking to me, I'd be calling bullcocker right about now.
Even think I believe me. But here's the thing. You can't cheat it. It measures the same spot every time. So this scan is going to measure me in the exact same spot every time. So if you measure your bicep, like this or however you measure it, you're not going to get it perfect every time. That's the one thing I do trust about these scans, is going to measure the same spot every time. You're right. That's almost 2 inches. That's 2 inches. That's insane.
It's absolutely
So
crazy.
what do you think that is? You think I put fat on my arms? The left arm went up a half an inch. What do you think? I gained fat in my arms? Is that what I gained? No, that's muscle.
Are you sure you're not using that injectable that the wannabe lifters use to increase their biceps, and they walk around with the bubbles on their arms?
Oh yeah, that fake stuff where you get the fake arms.
Whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
I don't even know what that is. That's disgusting. Whatever it is. Here's the other thing, though. My shoulder's feeling better. And so last week, I go in and I put 225 on the incline bar. I'm going, this is crazy. I haven't done this since college. 7 reps. And I left 3 in the tank. Now, I'm a 174 pounder, 173 pounder. Now, I am using some other peptides, and I'm on TRT, but the only difference was I added the BPC 157 and the TB 500. I've been on TRT for at least 10 years. Yeah. For a little over 10 years, a little over a decade, I've been on TRT, so it's not that. So I did 7 reps, 225 on the incline, and I'm thinking to myself, I left 3 in the tank. Because if you guys watch any of my short videos, I'm saying, don't go too intensely, don't hurt yourself. So I'm thinking that in my head, right? I left about 3 in the tank. I could have done 3 more. So this week, 2 days ago, I'd try it again. So I put 225 on the bar again. I'm in 225 on the incline, and I did 10 reps. And I think I left 2 in the tank again. I could have done more. Now, to put that in perspective, I was a DB in college. DBs at the NFL Combine. These are defensive backs that are about to get drafted into the NFL, who are 20 years old, 20, 21 years old maybe. Their average bench press, flat bench, they do 225, is 15 reps. That's the average flat bench, 15 reps. I did 10 reps, didn't go to failure, and it was an incline, and I'm 63.
The numbers when you're talking about this, Steve, just the increase in your bicep, you're not feeling any pain, correct? So the joint pain's gone away. The repetition, I know what it's like to throw that weight as well. And so I'm kind of comparing it to, I'm actually surprised, everybody, because I've watched Steve train before, and granted, we do
Like a
different
sissy.
routines. No, you're not a sissy. You go at it. You're crazy in the gym. But for you to be able to push when you put in your age, when you put in what you're overcoming in your right shoulder, when you put in the bicep issue, and you show the increase in muscularity in the arm that's just changed, you're now repping at levels that I would be in my sets when I'm doing my incline, and you're not even breaking a sweat, bro. This is nothing more than a testament to the quality of these products and the things we're learning about them. Because listen, everybody, Steve and I will be the first guys to tell you. A couple of years ago, we were talking about testosterone, things like this, maybe in some of our older videos. I remember we were having a conversation about guys our age put on muscle. And I laughed. And I said, well, yeah, but I didn't think we could put on that much unless we're putting stacks in our bodies and we're on gear. And what Steve's talking about, everybody, is good, healthy, functional lifting that's creating a new body for him, and he's actually increasing the size of his muscle. It kind of blows me away because it makes me start thinking about what did we not know in our lives to be able to find these products sooner?
These are peptides. This is not gear. I'm a natural older guy. I'm on TRT, 100 milligrams, 90 milligrams a week, which is nothing. It's such a dinky dose. And it optimizes my testosterone levels. And I'm taking some other peptides. I'm experimenting with some growth releasing hormone type things, tesamorelin, CJC 1295, impamorelin, and Royal Medical has these. You can go talk to the doctor, and if they think this is something that's right for you, then they probably prescribe it. There's the link in the link. There's a phone number there. You ask for Dane. You can tell them Vitality One, and you'll get a discount on the testosterone for sure. I don't know about anything else because their prices are pretty low, but just tell them I sent you anyway. Do me a favor.
I think it is just test that they get a break on.
Yeah. Okay. But
Still worth it,
the
everybody,
number
because the
and the
prices are
name is
good.
there. And the reason I would say, hey, Steve told me about what you're doing for Royal Medical, you can also go to Invigor. Invigor has NAD and other things too, other peptides. And there you get $10 off whatever you buy. So there's two links there, two clinics that are legit that use compounding pharmacies, and it needs to go through the doctor and get his approval so that you're not listening to a moron like me or Brian.
I think this is important, everybody, what Steve's talking about. Please, 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 please do not go into this blindly and take advantage of these clinics. Invigor, Royal Medical, they've got medical staff that can help you out with this stuff. Everything's legitimate, everything's above board. Don't be out in the back parking lots trying to find these products, trying to get cut rates and cut deals. These are high-end, high-quality products created in really healthy situations when it comes to sterilized facilities, all these types of things. These compounding pharmacies,
Yeah,
they have to
compounding
be
pharmacies.
they have to be legit to be at the level like Royal Medical is in Invigor. And that's why I think it's really important to give this style a shot as opposed to trying to find workarounds. Steve?
Yeah, I just bring this up because I know it's not really fair to tell you what kind of results I'm getting and I'm not telling you what I'm doing. It's a secret, you know. So that's why I'm telling you about the links. Do I get any? No, I'm a health club owner. That's how I make my money.
He's
So
not the Liver King.
I don't care. It will benefit you, especially if you tell Dane or at Royal Medical, hey, I saw Steve Main's video on vitality and wellness, and that's how I learned about you. What can you do for me? That just is gonna, I guess, give you a little bit of credibility that how you found them or whatever. So that's the only reason I'm saying it. It's not because I'm making money. Do it on your own if you want. But those are two places, and there's more. Go look at other places. So the BPC and these other peptides, we're going to be doing a series on retatrutide, which I've just started. And you can find a doctor, you do your own research and find out, dig into this stuff. But retatrutide is blowing my mind too. And what first got me interested in that was bodybuilders are using it. Why would a bodybuilder use a GLP-1? Well, it's not just a GLP-1 because they're not going to touch anything that's going to jeopardize even 1 little pound of their muscle because they're bodybuilders. That's what's precious to them. So we'll tell you more about that later. But I am just blown away, and I'm proof that you can gain muscle. Now, if you're on YouTube, you can see the picture of me. That's me when I was 24 years old, about a week out from a bodybuilding contest, they're silly. I'll never do another one. Yeah, I'm like, this is too weird. I'm done with this. So, do I look like that? No, but I was 24 there. I'm 63 now. And to be able to put that kind of muscle on and be as lean as I am, I'm blown away. And let me just say about peptides, peptides are different than a drug. A drug goes into your body and your body responds to it. A peptide is a messenger. It gives your body a signal to do something for itself. Not being a doctor, that's the best way I can describe it. A peptide is a chain of amino acids. That's all it is. That's why we eat protein. We eat protein so our body can take it apart and build peptides. That's what it does. Any last thoughts, Brian? I know I kind of talked your ear off.
No, I think
Questions?
for everybody listening, there is one thing, and I commend you when you talk about this stuff so openly because it can inform so many people, to include myself when we're talking about these things. But I like the idea that, Steve, you're not taking the alternatives like these tablets of this or this tablet of that or this capsule of this. You're using injectables, which I think is really important. Me, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I bro lift, but I like the idea of the products going into your body, not running everything through your mouth and getting changed in your stomach and processing through your liver. And I just like that idea. You got any thoughts on that, Steve?
Yeah. Here's an example. And if it's something that's singular, like creatine is 3 amino acids, but it's creatine. When you're like people that take these or not peptides, but collagen proteins, they think that, okay, I'm taking this collagen. And once it hits your stomach, it's not collagen anymore. It's amino acids, because collagen is a chain, a long chain of amino acids. So when you eat collagen, when you eat a collagen protein, that's not what it is when it hits your stomach, because your body, look, again, I'm not some rocket scientist, but I'm smart enough to know when you eat stuff and it comes out the other side, it's not the same thing. when when you swallow something, your stomach's going to take it apart and make it into something else, whatever the body needs. So that's why you need to bypass all of this, in my opinion, because once you swallow something, it's not the same.
Now, I do take all my vitamins orally.
Yeah, but it's a
But
vitamin. A vitamin is,
right,
okay, vitamin A. You swallow vitamin A, it's still vitamin A. You swallow
right.
vitamin B, it's still vitamin B. You swallow a B complex, okay, it's still all the B vitamins, and that's that's still what it is. Your body's not going to take vitamin C apart.
The other products that I have tried, which we've talked about in the past, I do inject. And my TRT is an injectable. I'm going to try some more NAD here soon. And I think we've looked at this stuff enough too. So stay tuned with us, everybody, because this will be kind of fun. Retributide,
Retatrutide.
retatrutide. When I start using it, because I have way more body fat than Steve, this is where we're going to see how good this stuff works. Because when I do it, I'll do it smart, and I'll stay to a good eating plan. I'm not going to go on a diet, if you will, but I'll eat really good and clean because I want to see how I respond to this, and then we can share all that information as well.
Yeah, the retatrutide, that'll be an interesting one, because I've done 2 weeks. I've done my third injection, so I'm going on my third week, and I feel great. And I would just say, it's interesting,
Right
very
on.
interesting. And it's a combination of all these things that allow me to incline bench 225. My son said, what was that your max? No, I did it 10 times.
That is
And he was like,
way below your max, way below it.
yeah, 225, 10 times, and left at least 2 in the tank.
Right.
I'm not going to go find out what my max is. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to do that again for a while. I was just curious and like, wow, because of the last time 7, I figured I left at least 3 in the tank, and it was more than that.
Nope, your max, if you decide to do it, is going to be way higher. But you and I will talk about that before we blow your shoulder out.
Yeah, that's it. I don't need to know what my max is. I'm not gonna be stupid here. I do realize I am 63 years old.
Actually, we could probably do an equivalency based on repetitions at 225,
That's
what a
probably
single
70% of my max.
Yeah, there's a table out there that can kind of show you these things if anybody's curious. And I think this is important because especially if you're trying to build muscle, if you see what Steve's doing at his age right now, this is what's really important. For all of us that are maturing in life, if you will, and getting older, there's no reason why we got to stop being active with our bodies and trying to change them in a positive fashion. And this is just again living proof what Steve's doing. So we all got to keep going for it and keep grinding, Steve.
Yeah, that would put my max at about maybe 315, but I'm not putting 315 on the bar because good chance something will snap.
Yeah, that's a big boy bench,
Because
especially for a guy that's 170 soaking wet.
what's holding me or what holds people back is I've been a gym rat for 50 years, is the connective tissue. The connective tissue gets worn. That's just how it works. Your car gets worn, we get older, but I think I'm certainly proving that it's not an excuse, uh, because my joints and my tendons and ligaments are healthy enough to do that weight 10 times. So it's exciting. I have to give the credit to in this case, the BPC 157 and the TB 500, which I've never done together. I've been doing it for about 2.5 months. And I gained, are you sure that was 2 inches? I got to go look at that again.
You said 11.8 to 13.7.
13.7.
Yeah, I think my math is right, even though I'm a
That's
knuckle
almost 2
dragger.
inches.
Yeah. Yeah, because you said 1 inch. I'm like, wait a minute.
All,
No, I think
all that happened was my bicep healed. And the muscle came back in 2.5 months because it healed.
well, and if you're new at this, everybody, understand too, don't expect immediate results with any of this stuff. Expect it to take some time. I think there's a big difference with Steve's body being in excellent condition and him being able to push a little bit compared to somebody that's just getting started in this. So please be careful with this and shoot us questions so we can help you prepare your body.
Yeah, are your biceps going to grow 2 inches? Absolutely not. Now, here's where I'm different, even though I'm 63. My biceps were over 17 inches at one time. So there's muscle memory there. It was injured, and what used to be there, a lot of it came back. Not
Right.
all, but a lot of it came back. So don't think you're going to go put 2 inches on your biceps, because I promise you
Right.
that's not going to happen. Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
5.
I think the BPC 157 and the TB 500 allows me to train harder and recover faster. That's a
I
benefit. If you can
absolutely
train
agree.
harder and recover faster, yes, you're going to put some lean tissue on. But are you going to put 2 inches on your bicep? No. That's why we can't believe it. I'm looking at those numbers. This machine must have screwed up.
Well, it makes perfect sense now. I mean, again, I was kidding, but if it wasn't coming for Steve, I might cry foul, Liver King.
Liar.
But, but I think we're going down the right path with this, everybody. So please dig in and get the information.
That's right. All right, Brian. Thanks for being with us. Can't wait to do some more of these on some of this stuff because pretty amazing.
It's good stuff, buddy.
All right, I'll talk to you next time.
See you soon, everyone. Take care, Steve.